Hey guys, hope you guys are alright. Thanks for staying with us on Astro Awani. My name is Syed Fardino Omar, and as usual, you're with me in the first segment of In Realty. And this week we are coming to you from, you saw the board behind me. I'm at the iProperty.com Real Deal Expo 2012. Well, if you want to know all about this wonderful haven for home buyers, well, I've got the man himself to answer our questions for us. This is Sean De Gregorio, the man from iProperty.com.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again, Sean. This is heaven if you are in the market for a home. Come in here and everything looks almost affordable for me.
True.
Tell us about the event.
It's huge. So we're down at the KLCC Exhibition Centre, and we've got more than 50 Malaysian developers all under one roof, which is quite an achievement. And these are the tier 1 A-grade developers in Malaysia. So they're exhibiting new properties right throughout the country, from Penang to Johor and everywhere in between. And the great thing is that there are properties for everyone. There's properties at every price range. If you want to have a bit of a wander around and dream about a $1 million ringgit penthouse, you can do that. There's properties for everyone at all end of the affordability scale. So it's
give me a ballpark figure of where the prices start at the at this property expo.
Look, you can find properties for under 500 here. So there's certainly those. There are some fantastic offers that are happening at the expo as well. So some of these developers have actually got special offers that are only available for people who come and look at their stands here over the weekend. So you can take advantage of those as well. And if you do buy a property while you're here, you also go in the draw to win a whole lot of other prizes as well. Right. So it's a very unique event, and you won't find these 50 developers under one roof at any other time of the year.
Apart from on iProperty.com.
Apart from on iProperty.com, that's correct. Yeah.
Well, tell us, why is it called the Real Deal Expo? You must have some real deals up for grabs here. You mentioned that there are some event special deals going on, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. So for the first time this year, we've encouraged developers to make this more than just an expo. And they've come back and they said, right, anyone who buys a property, they're in selected developers, so you have to come down here and find out. But you can get a better deal when you buy the property during the expo than you would if you bought the property at any other time. So you'll get a discount off the property. It's selected developers. I don't want them all rushing at me after this, but it is selected developers who are putting more incentive for people to buy the property while they're here.
Well, unfortunately, this episode, or rather this segment, will air after the event has finished, it's wrapped up. You are only around for 3 days, yeah?
3 days.
But the good news is you actually have this sort of event every year now, and this is the third one, I made to understand.
Yeah, this is every year around this time of year. So if you miss out this time, it's okay, it will come again. We do have other expos like this around the country, but this is the biggest. This is the main one for the year, and this attracts tens of thousands of people over the 3 days. So if you miss this, put it in the calendar for next year.
Well, of course, this event also marks iProperty.com moving beyond just being a .com company. So what gave you the determination to actually put something physical like this together?
Well, as you say, we're a .com company, and we have started to go beyond that. Our goal and our mission is to make buying property for consumers as easy and as convenient as possible. And a lot of our customers wanted to reach out to consumers and use the internet to do that, but sometimes there's no substitute for physically coming up and having a look at a property, whether it's a model, and talking to the sales guys, getting a better feel for where it is, understanding how far in construction it is. So we see that as just an extension of that service. So as I said, our promise to consumers is that we provide the easiest, most convenient way for you to find property. And of course, our customers, our developers, our advertisers do love being able to shake hands and talk to people who might want to buy property. So this is a great forum for that.
Well, what sort of volume are you actually anticipating of people to come here over the next 3 days?
Well, last year we had around 30,000 people come through over the 3 days. So it gets busier as the 3 days go on. And last year, even on the Sunday when we were closing, we had people knocking on the door, saying, I have my deposit, I want to go over and give it to that developer over there. So it tends to be a bit of a rush at the end, but it's a very popular. You can come down here, you can come to the expo, you can go to the shopping centre, you can go out into the park, so you can make a day of it as well. So it's a good location to spend your weekend.
And what sort of feedback has been given to you by some of the people you've invited to join this expo?
Well, I mean, they love it. This is a great way for them to market properties, and generally, we'll take tally of what sort of turnover there was during the expo after the 3 days, and we'll publicise that. And these guys keep coming back every year and more. So they enjoy this forum.
Well, since you've mentioned it, give us an example of some of the numbers that you've had in previous outings you've had.
Well, last year we turned over nearly 80 million ringgit in property over the 3 days.
Over the 3 days?
Over the 3 days.
Wow, okay.
So it was an amazing event. And that's a lot. Now, what it'll be this year, we'll wait and see. But when you get that number of people coming through, there are great deals to be had. You can talk to the sales guys, you can see the models, you can see where these properties are. And remember that this is competitive as well. So you've got 50 developers that all want to sell. So it's a good place to do a deal. It's like a marketplace for buying property.
Right. Well, you know, on the one part you have all these developers putting up their booths and showing us what new goodies they have for the market, but also the stuff behind you, which are the seminars. You've got a very tight schedule, I can see. So what sort of people do you actually invite to come and give talks here?
Well, one of the reasons we do this is to help consumers make easier, faster, smarter decisions. So not only do we have the exhibitors here, but we do have a long list of guest speakers, and they're all about, you know, how to make a smart property investment decision. And these are successful people in the property industry, and they host seminars across the 3 days. It's about property research, it's about where to invest, how to invest, it's about architecture, it's about a whole range of property information and research seminars. So you can come down, you can sit, you can enjoy the seminars, use that information, go off and talk to the developers and do the best deal possible.
Okay, well, final question, Sean. What do you anticipate would the impact be for having such an event in the middle of the year to the local property market?
Well, you know, the local property market's very large, and this is a small part of it. But what it does is...
Well, if it contributes 80 million before, well that's...
It brings a lot of the decisions that might have taken a week or a month or 2 months into a weekend. And it compresses those decisions with a few incentives and a great environment, a bit of research. So maybe the decision I was going to delay, I can make a bit quicker and I'll make it here because I can come down and see the developers. So it's all about making it quicker, easier and simpler for consumers.
Right, okay. Well, just before we go off, so Real Deal this year, next year what? Last year was luxury homes.
Luxury exhibition this year, we've got the Real Deal Expo.
And give us a heads up of what's next year.
I'd have to talk to our marketing people about that.
Well, okay, we wish you the very best of luck to your expo next year.
Thank you.
Definitely very excited to come. And try to give us a head start so that we can get people to come here, you know, before we actually come to the expo.
We will indeed, that's a promise.
Awesome.
Thanks again.
All right, Chan, thanks a lot. Okay, that's it from me in the first segment. As usual, you're with Lina in the second and third segment. I am going to go hunt for my dream home. So stay with us on In Realty.
Apa ekstranya Petronas Premix 95 Extra? Ia menjadikan enjin ekstra bersih. Menjadikan pemanduan anda ekstra lancar. Dengan ekstra pecutan yang memberikan ekstra penjimatan sepenuhnya sepanjang masa. Barulah ekstra.
Hi, thanks for tuning in. We're back on In Realty, another exciting segment. We're going to talk about Unif 360 over in Serdang, and with me today is the CEO of F3 Capital, Vignesh Naidu. Thank you for making the time with us.
Thank you very much.
Alright, so this is indeed going to change the whole facade of Serdang, I believe and I assume. So talk to us about Unif 360. How did you coin out the name and what is it actually?
Basically, I think what we wanted to do in Serdang was this area needed a major redevelopment, upgrading of the standards of living in Sri Kembangan and Serdang area. So this land that we purchased from Telekom Malaysia was actually uniquely positioned to be a catalyst to transform this whole area of Sri Kembangan, Sri Serdang, Serdang Raya area. And we came up with this concept of versatile living, small office and flexi office concept where you can actually have live and also work in the same place. So this concept is something very new to Serdang. We thought that with this being the catalyst to actually upgrade the lifestyle of the people here, and also with the surrounding that's actually being developed quite aggressively, given that Sri Kembangan is actually like a village that's actually been transformed into, I would say, the suburban, into more towards a town center now. So we actually rebrand this place as a Serdang South, and the Serdang South area is also home to University Putra Malaysia, and we also have the new university called Perdana University that's actually coming up, which is going to be on a 300-acre site in Serdang, and there's going to be a new hospital, we understand, to be built at UPM. And major infrastructure upgrades like the new skip highway is actually going to land 3 minutes away from our site, which I understand will be built and completed sometime in 2015, 2016, and the upgrading of Max Highway. So there's been so much attention, so much growth, so much traffic coming into Serdang, and I think we are timely positioned to actually capture that. And this development, what's unique about it is, you know, it has very great views, and if you look at where we are positioned, we're actually across from the Mines Lake, and it has a very beautiful view of the lake, the golf course, and also the hills of Ampang on the west, on the east side, and on the west side is actually the entire Sri Kembangan area. So given that there's not many high-rise within the immediate vicinity, so actually we are quite well positioned.
Yeah, and the name itself, UNIF 360, and being so close to the university. So I
Exactly.
have like a kind of a small concern over whether you are trying to attract the graduates or the students over here.
In fact, actually, quite interestingly, the approach is to attract the graduating students as well as the professors, because if you see today, universities are also going to be self-sustaining, so they actually come out with an approach where they may have offices, incubation companies and all that, which can be located here, which targets the young generation graduates to have an office, and they could also live in the same place. So this kind of process of incubation, coming up with new technologies, they can house themselves here and not directly within the university. So I think it gives a bit of a complementary to the university, and including Johns Hopkins, Perdana University, you have R&D labs, you know, for medical facilities. So I think we can play a good role to actually complement that. And the young generation do not want to live in or have an office in a typical shop house. They want to have a place where they can actually work and live and in their own comfort zone. And nowadays people actually tend to work long hours as well, so they want to have all the facilities within the same place. So I think we actually kind of picked that up in designing this concept of Unit 360 place, and 360 being complete. You know, you can actually have everything within one place.
So you are actually attracting young urban professionals as well as first-time owners here.
Yes, age group between 25 to 35, first-time buyers. And many of them actually in Sri Kembangan, Serdang area, you know, you have the old generation and the young generation want to live also closer to their parents and their support system. So that also kind of attracts people to actually come and buy and live here as well. So it's quite interesting with the demographics of, you know, you just have people within 20-kilometer radius, and they want to be close to Cyberjaya, which is actually the next big growth area, and then Putrajaya, and then your proximity to KL, you're actually quite close, and the highway accesses are so good. You have Basraya, you have North South Highway, you have Skip, you have Max Highway, you know, so connectivity wise you're good, and with the MRT coming in, so everything seems to be like falling in place.
All right. So we know the target market. We know you know, the accessibility and the wonderful facilities that we have here. But when you say 360, is it because of the architectural concept design that is shaped in the way of a wholesome?
Wholesome in terms of living, in terms of lifestyle, because this development is actually a lifestyle development. So the idea being is that 360 means complete. So you can actually live, work, you have all the facilities and amenities within the development itself. And gives you that sense of being in a place where it's well landscaped. You know, we have 18-story vertical landscape, which is actually very unique. And then we have mid-level sky garden, rooftop garden, ground level. We actually catered for a lot of landscape areas. So you feel a very homey kind of feeling, like living inside, but at the same time it's versatile enough that you could actually work in this environment as well. So that's how we position the 360 actually,
And the sizes, they ranges from
495 square feet for the studios. Then we have two bedrooms as well, which is about 900 to about 1,000.
Talk to us about this one, the ones that we are in this unit here.
This unit is actually 975 square feet. It's a 2-bedroom unit. So this is actually the bulk of the units that we're actually selling. And we have actually sold, the studios are sold out. You know, the 2 bedrooms are almost there. We have actually hit 60% in sales already without too much publicity. And we're very encouraged by the response actually. I must say, they actually like the concept. They haven't seen anything like that in this area. So the concept appeals to a lot of young generation buyers
Alright.
who wants to live in this area.
So when you have like vertical landscaping and all, do you mean to say that, would you say that you have like a green effort going on with the green technology here over in Unif 360?
Yes, very much. In fact, we support green technology initiatives and we're actually incorporating that into the development. In fact, the local council, when they approved our development, they actually encouraged us to use green technology, green initiative, which is why the architect came up with this design of vertical landscape, so that you kind of blend in with the entire development. More green and more open spaces. So I think there's something that we want to actually continue to promote in all our developments as well.
And with all these great things and sexy bits with Unif 360, I'm sure it's going to be a benchmark to other development over in Serdang. But what would you say be your future plans in, because obviously F3 Capital, throughout my observation and also my research, saying that you develop the fringe of, the town area.
Yes, that's
so what do you aim to achieve by tapping in this kind of, geographical and also demographics?
Our focus has always been a developer that develops pocket lands within a range of 1 to 5 acres. I think that's always been our focus. And we actually focus our attention in the greater KL area, the fringes of the CBD or KL city itself. So our concentration today, we have Serdang South, which is actually Unif 360. We have a project which is in Gombak, which is actually a northern part of KL, and we have another project coming at Selayang, which is northeast of KL. And on the west of KL, we actually have our project called Dua Menjelara, which will be launched sometime in August, September this year. So we actually kind of cover north, south, east, west of KL, all in the fringes of KL. And the theme of the projects are generally about the same, and the focus, the market, the design is actually similar in terms of how we actually position our product. So we're consistent in terms of how we take on the market.
All right. I wish you good luck. Hope that you can keep me in the loop in your future
Certainly.
development.
I think when it's completed, it'll really live up to its word that we become the catalyst to bring about new economic development, new character to the place, new lifestyle. So I think that's really our focus. So we do have a bit of a socio-economic agenda, so to speak, not just being corporate per se, so I think that's what we're trying to do here.
Thank you, Vignesh, and that's all the time we have for this segment. Well, come on over to Serdang South, that's what it's called now, to see the new exciting new development called Unif 360. So I see you again on the next segment.
Jika inginkan perabot klasik berkualiti tinggi, kemana lagi? Tentu ke Empire Classic Furniture. Perkhidmatan penghantarannya ke seluruh negara juga disediakan. Pilihan eksklusif Anita Sarawak.
Fiesta Singa kembali lagi. Pelbagai hadiah percuma eksklusif. Tukar beli sehingga RM500. Produk unggul Singa. Lebih nilai, lebih gembira. Kunjungi cawangan Singa hari ini.
Singa menyawat keluarga bahagia.
Hi, thanks for tuning in. We are back on In Realty. Well, another exciting segment. How you always go in and out of furniture store looking for that right piece of furniture. Well, fret no more because Home24 here is here to help you out on how you can best choose your right kind of furniture at the comfort of your home or even at a coffee shop, having your espresso and also your iced chocolate. And with me today is Koo Yuwen. He is the Business Development Director for Home24. Thank you so much, Yuwen, for making the time.
Thank you for inviting me for the show. Thank you, Lina.
All right. So here's to prove that one can do their furniture shopping at the comfort of their own.
Anywhere.
Anywhere, right? So we are here at Gloria Jeans, and we want to know more about Home24. What is it all about? How did you get inspired of doing this?
As a guy, who doesn't like, the traffic jam and going to 20 different furniture stores while furnishing my home, I decided, that there needs to be something where you need an online portal, you need something simplistic so that you can just order from the comfort of your home, and given our busy lifestyles nowadays, I think the doing it 24/7 whenever you have some time, and I think that is sort of essential to transforming the buying experience for furniture in Malaysia. As you know now, I think furniture stores are far away because they require a lot of space.
Yeah.
So you end up spending half the day driving, all the way out to, the mall and even in the outskirts, and that that's time consuming. What we have done is we have collated, we've got a portfolio of modern, slick, functional furniture at affordable prices, and we have more than 4,000 products online now. And that's a huge selection, bigger than I think anywhere in Malaysia in terms of the assortment you can get. We hope this this concept is something that Malaysians are excited about, and something that can add add to sort of the shopping options available in the country.
All right. So with a wide range of furniture and a wide range of concept and ID theme, so how do you narrow down your selection to what would be best apt for your market?
We have a team of very strong buyers, and interior designers in-house. And what we do is we look at, what the Malaysian market wants, and we look at the global furniture trends. We overlay both of these together and analyze what makes most sense, sort of for the young consumer. I think, we want, sort of cheap modern furniture. And we do it, by analyzing these trends and making and working with with the suppliers to get these products into our shop. What I've made sure is that we have inspected each and every product to make sure that they are of the right quality, top quality products, so that our customers can enjoy them.
And you do have designers item as well. I flipped through your website and I love your chair, the Lalago lazy chair, which is a designer's item, but at an affordable price. So how is that even possible?
Let's take a look at the chair, right? I mean, let me walk you through the shopping experience, and so you can understand how easy it is just to shop for a chair. So come to our website, just type into your web page,
www.home24.com.my.
Exactly, and then go to the furniture tab, and you're looking for designer chair. So it's under designer furniture, designer chairs, and the Lalago lazy chair. It's in shops for 370 ringgit, but we're only selling it for
289
ringgit, which is steal. And you don't need to bargain. This is already a very good price. How do we get it at these affordable prices? I think it's one, our very strong supplier network, and two, working very closely with our suppliers, sort of in a partnership with them, because a lot of them are in traditional offline stores, and now we're providing them with a new avenue to sell their products, right? So I think it's a win-win situation for both Home24 as well as the suppliers. The scale of our order, would help to make sure that it is profitable for us and for our suppliers. So I think we addressing this market in scale, and we've also cut out a lot of costs. For example, having a storefront. And that really helps lower our costs those savings are passed on to the consumer.
All right. Another concern would be for myself. I'm putting it personal now. I have always had an issue with shopping online. I don't do shopping online anymore because I got the wrong shoes every time I order online. I got the wrong kind of material when I order. How would you guarantee me that this would really work in terms of what I see is what I get?
We have a very strong customer service team in place, to help you, through the shopping process. If you see, if you read the product descriptions that we have, it's quite detailed.
Okay.
But if you like to understand more, just call our customer service team, and they'll help you understand, what variations are they available, what the material, what the touch and feel of the material is, and best of all, when it's delivered to your house, take a look at it, and if it's not what you like, it's not what you think it is, then feel free to return it. We have a 14-day returns policy, so we don't charge you if you return any of the products, and that's part of our business philosophy where the customer is king.
So another thing would be delivery on items. You know, when you go to furniture store, even like 5 kilometers away from your home, they'll charge you for your delivery. So how does that go with Home24?
We are going to offer free delivery nationwide. As we roll out our product nationwide.
When we talk about this, you are relatively new. You've been here for how long already?
We've been in Malaysia for, we've gone live about a month ago. And, we started our operations earlier this year.
So how's the response so far?
I think the response has been great. We've been very happy with the initial response. We have seen, quite a lot of orders come in and, even surpassing our expectations. We expected people to be more hesitant in buying big furniture items. But we've seen we're surprised that a lot of our sales is driven by big furniture items. And so people are receptive to the idea. I think Malaysians are very receptive to internet shopping, and it's been great. And we believe that we have a very successful business model in place.
You have good news for InRealty's viewers. You said that you're gonna give 10% on top of whatever there is on the website, right? So how does that work?
Yeah, so we've got a special promotion for InRealty viewers. An additional 10% off. Already very low prices. And if you wanted to say purchase
the Lala Go Lazy Chair,
the Lala Go Lazy Chair, let's which you love. Let's click on sort of the Lala Go Lazy Chair. It's loading. We add it. We add it to cart. In the voucher section, as we add it to cart on order, you click on this segment. You have a voucher, and type in Astro 10. So the code Astro 10, and that will give you an additional 10% discount on the already very cheap prices available at Home24. I hope the viewers enjoy this shopping experience, this new shopping experience.
Yeah, I'm sure they would. Thank you so much, Yuan. Well, there you go. That's all the time we have for this week. Just visit home24.com.my to see a wide range of furniture you have at the convenience of wherever you are, a coffee shop or at home or wherever. So with that, I'll see you again next week on InRealty.